and Tommy Kraft.
They're gonna go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hogs.
Hey, welcome in to a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush, where we are live at the Magellan Golf Course at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club for the next 2 hours. Hard to be beefing when you get a chance to play golf today. Tommy's going to be along with us in just one sec as he's going to join us live from the golf course. I'm stationed at a spot not too far at the Balboa Pavilion today. So we've got a lot of fun ahead here on the Morning Rush here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. And always our What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market. You're always going to get that prime meat from Richard's. It's been around for a while now. Clay always talks about it. We have other listeners that have sampled the products, not just in Northwest Arkansas, but across our state. So whether it's tailgating, like burgers, jalapeno poppers, bratwurst, or maybe you want to go that extra mile, you want to bring the Richard Spicy Bean Dipper, the mac and cheese, or whatever. Maybe it's the green bean casserole. You're going to get awesome food, awesome times with Richard's Country Meat Market here in Northwest Arkansas. Richard's Country Meat Market is the only place to stop. Call ahead your order now, 479-443-0000. That's Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, one block east of College on Rolling Hills Drive as we get going here this morning. You can call or text us throughout the program at 877-377-6963 as we welcome in Tommy. Tommy, how did the driving range look this morning? Have we got any shots off yet?
We're busting due on the driving range, Ty, and people are out here. And here's the thing: everyone's talking about Arkansas and the Tennessee game. Everybody's excited. There's one guy over here that's got his LSU purple on. Nobody wants to sit with him. Nobody wants to talk to him. Being shunned. I mean, it just. But everybody, you can just feel the excitement about the Razorbacks over here at the driving range and the putting green as people are getting ready for this Razorback Club tournament.
Well, you can hear the excitement in Coach Pittman's voice, and we're going to play some clips from the Chuck and Bo show coming up momentarily. He had a bunch of things to discuss, and that's honestly, Coach Pittman went on Sirius XM yesterday. He was on Chuck and Bo's show this morning. I would guess that he might make the rounds on another national show or two this week. Don't know about his local media availability. He's not doing Sam Pittman live tonight. So I'm really attaching myself to every word of the head football coach because I don't know if we'll hear from him till Monday. Outside of his traditional stuff, Tommy.
Is he going to slip up and tell us about Taylor Green? You think he's going to give us a little nugget of knowledge?
Here's the thing about Taylor Green. I would keep that. I'm not a huge fan of coaching when it comes to talking injuries, and it's not a Coach Pittman. It's just coaches in general because that's one of the things they just blatantly lie about or they don't share truthfully. And if I'm him, I just say he's questionable all week. I don't care if it's Jamie Pittman that ask him. I tell her he is questionable, Tommy. I don't care who asked him. I'm telling every single person this week and next week that he's questionable heading into that LSU game. You don't want to give LSU, Brian Kelly, Matt House in there anymore. I can't remember who their DC is, but you don't want to give them any edge heading into the idea that they can then game plan a little bit more on whether it's going to be Taylor Green or Malachi Singleton.
No, why would you let that out? No, honestly, he may not know at this point. I mean, if you wanted an honest answer out of him, he may not even know at this point. So, one of the things you've got is the benefit of a bye week. You got probably a rehab plan for him, and probably more rest than probably rest and ice is probably 1 and 1A on the list of things Taylor Green's supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah. Hey, I've got a quick question to ask both of you, and you can jump in on this as well as our audience listens along at 877-377-6963. So I found, and I'm wearing right now, if you're watching our live stream, which Colton, by the way, on the graphics, it looks awesome. He's got the Magellan course in the background here at Hot Springs Village. It looks fantastic if you're watching us on our video live stream. I found these sunglasses in my car, and I called our friend. I called Wrath Auto Resources, and I was checking with Carter and their team because they did work. They did an oil change about a week or so ago, and I called them. I was like, guys, I found some sunglasses in my car. They're really cool, but they're not mine. Just checking in. Is anyone? And he was like, yeah, I'll figure it out or whatever. We'll see if there are any. Is it? Am I a bad person? Am I morally reprehensible for wearing these sunglasses, even though I'm trying to find the rightful owner? I need some feedback, Tommy. I need some feedback, Big C. What's y'all's thought on this?
Well, let me tell you, as one of the two married men you're talking to, you better not have things that are unaccounted for that are found in your car. Sunglasses, lipstick, panties. Now, those things will get you in trouble down the road. I can just tell you, you know, Ty, if something shows up in your car, you better have a name attached to it. So I just go ahead and get in that habit right now.
Hopefully a male name. Not a
well, I would probably come up with John or Jim. Those are John's. John who? And
these are John's.
You better
glasses.
have. I mean, you better, you know, like Costanza. You better have a good story and you believe it. So.
Okay.
But
just gotta.
Speaking of, here is the man, Matt Zimmer. Say hello to Tyrese.
Z.
What's going on, TR? Is he coming?
I'll be out there at some point.
Yeah, he's
Z,
right down the road.
Z, when you're the worst golfer, of the group, and your morning show gets shifted to a mid-morning show, and the tee time's at 9:30, you get the obligation of doing the radio show while the other premier golfers get to golf a little bit.
Yeah. Well, sometimes pulling rank has its privileges, you know. So I think that's what happened to you today. So.
Well, it happens. I'm not complaining.
But yeah, I would.
Golf.
Back to the sunglasses, I'd make sure I had I'd just go ahead and get in the habit of having a good reason why those are in there.
Okay.
Hey, Tommy was in the car with me last week. We were driving to the golf course, and I think those are Tommy.
Okay.
You know?
Well, they couldn't be yours, Tommy, because they're styling. So I don't know.
Well, are they expensive?
No, I looked them up on Amazon. You get 2 pair for $40, but they're polarized.
Yeah, they probably are mine, then.
Well, it is an Amazon. Maybe Laura ordered for you with them. I genuinely don't know who these are. That's why I'm so confused. I've thought about who's been driving my vehicle lately, and I can't think of who these are. So we'll get to the bottom of it at some point. But let's go and get into our opening drive.
I'll probably be happy about that one and for the kids in the state for a long, long time.
I'm getting ready for LSU.
This is one of the most talented teams that has ever been assembled by the New York Jets.
This time Winker cranks it. It's a no-doubt shot.
Well, we're hoping that he'll be ready for LSU. We're also hoping that he'll be ready by next week.
Coach Penny been having this team on the right direction before the season even started. Even with those 2 losses that we had early in the season, with those one-score games, the team never, shied away from Coach Pitt.
How about that, Chuck?
How about that, Chuck, is going to get played about 100 times on our radio still each week. Tommy, we were at a bar last night. The MLB stuff was on. That was a good game between the Padres and the Dodgers. I didn't realize how much those franchises and fans hate each other, but whether it's Tatis or Machado or Bogarts and some of those guys, a little back and forth. I think I guess the Padres took it 6-5 last night. But you've got postseason baseball on, and we're kind of starved for sports this weekend with no Arkansas football. We got some college football, but at least you got postseason baseball to tide you over till Saturday.
Yeah, and I think people are starting to kind of gravitate towards that. But football still suffocates everything, But I found myself watching some of that last night. Little California rivalry, last little Southern California rivalry there in the playoffs last night.
Yeah. Now you heard one of the clips that you heard there was Andrew Armstrong, and he talked about he's just getting ready for LSU. You think about Andrew this season. One of my hot takes before the season. I'm pretty happy, not just for him, but the fact that he might actually achieve it. I said I think Andrew Armstrong is going to be the 5th wide receiver in Razorback history to go over 1,000 yards. I think it was, if I remember correctly, Tom, it was Kobe, Traylon, Jarius, and then I'm forgetting the 4th one, but there's 4 of them.
Was Lucas one of them?
I think Anthony Lucas, yes. I think Pulaski Academy head coach Anthony Lucas. By the way, he killed that pregame hype video. That was awesome, Coach Lucas. If you're listening right now, you're probably in class teaching. But right now you look at what Andrew Armstrong has done. Leads the Hogs in receptions with 38. He's got over 550 yards. I mentioned him being on Paul Feinbaum yesterday. That ranks 11th nationally and 2nd and all SEC receivers, and he's caught a pass in 33 games dating back to his days at Texas A&M Commerce, 33 consecutive games, I should say. If you think about it, we take I've got someone else's sunglasses off for a sec, but let's say I was wearing Razorback sunglasses right now. There is a legitimate case that you have the best 1-2 punch in the SEC. And I love Talon. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Andrew Armstrong and Jaquindon Jackson, which Jaquindon ranks, I believe, 4th in the SEC in rushing yards right now. I know Alabama's got some outstanding players, as does Georgia. Doesn't have the same skill players that they maybe had in the past. But tell me, I don't think I'm a homer saying that is a reasonable consideration, and they're both transfer guys that you've accumulated the last 2 years.
Well, and now imagine this. Next progression. You get Luke Haas healthy, and you get that offensive line playing with enough confidence. You don't get tied in to help block, and you add Luke to the mix of that 1-2 punch, and maybe you actually have a legitimate 1-2-3 punch. That's, to me, the next progression in what we're seeing with this offense.
Yeah, and as it continues on, hopefully we continue to see it blossom. One of the you kind of hit on something there that I want to stay with for a sec. One of the things we were talking about last week is we need to get Talon Green some confidence, whether it's the offensive line, Bobby Petrino, Sam Pittman trying to instill it in his starting quarterback. One of the things I think we failed to mention the last 2 days is how about the confidence the offensive line gained? Only allowing 2 sacks, one on Talon, one on Malachi. They didn't have 500 or 600 yards, but they moved the ball pretty consistently for the most part against Tennessee. I know it wasn't the highest scoring, again, 19-14. That doesn't scare anybody in terms of that. But you had some times, and a couple drives were stalled by 4th down misses that you had. But I think the offensive line gained a lot of confidence last week, and I know Patrick Kudus' name hadn't been mentioned as much, but I wonder if that LSU game could be the first one that we see him maybe not start, but be featured in at some point in time.
Well, possibly. And, bye weeks give you the opportunity to introduce new things or get things back. But to go back to your point where you opened there, the offensive line hopefully comes out believing a little bit more. Confidence can be the thing that throws you over the edge a lot of times. Confidence is that thing that if you believe, just like today, if I believe I'm going to make that 9-foot putt, I'm a lot better off than thinking how I'm going to miss it. So,
hey, we are the defending champs. Let's remember. Let's remind our audience.
I wanted to bring that up. That we are starting on T-box number 1 today as the defending champion of this event. So one of the reasons we had to be here today is we have a trophy to defend, a trophy with our name on it, Ty.
We do. You know what? I feel like Klay Thompson. The first time the Warriors won the finals, he shot, and I love Klay Thompson, but he shot like 30-something%, and he's smiling with these teammates. He's jumping up and down, and he didn't do a dang thing to help contribute to that championship. That was me last year. I think I made 2 putts that Cody, Jordan, you or Brad would have made, but I just happened to, I'm going to hit this putt, guys, and happen to get up first. So I would not only like to repeat as a champion, but I would like to help contribute. I think the first is a lot more likely than the latter, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. That is your opening drive here this morning. Again, we're live at Hot Springs Village. Really appreciate the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club having us out here. We're playing Magellan again today. I'm at the Balboa Pavilion. If you're listening right now in Hot Springs Village, if you want to come by and see us. The opening drive is brought to you again by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Ethan was my mortgage lender, and he was recommended by a friend of mine. I'm lucky that I had a couple friends that helped recommend him, and it's not just them, it was multiple people. Go to his Google reviews right now at First Financial Mortgage. It's not just him, it's Emily, it's their entire team. 4.9 on Google reviews. And listen, as many dumb questions as I asked during that process, Ethan didn't make me feel dumb one time, and he easily could have. He helped me every step of the way, and he can help you whether you're refinancing your house or if you're doing a mortgage for the first time. 479-782-9300 or go online to ffb1.com. Honestly, their slogan should be, if we can get Ty to close, then we can get you to close. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. So we shot a 49 last year, Tommy.
Yes.
What is do we just aim for that? Do we go for 48? What is the goal?
We were talking about this over dinner last night. I don't think we left a shot on the course. eagled all the par fives. Every time you got to move up, some of these holes you pay $20 to move up to the 150 markers, stuff like that. We didn't miss a shot. So I think if we can equal our 49, we're back again in the winner's circle. So
good. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can just. I think we won by 2 last year, so 50 may be good enough.
I was going to say I couldn't remember what the second place was, if it was it was high 50s or if it was low 50s, but there are, and just to be a heads up, I am the moral compass of this program. We did not cheat whatsoever. I would not have allowed that. There's certain what do you call them? Not mulligans. There are mulligans, but there's also certain themes that you hear 49. There's like, how the heck did they shoot a 49? There's certain allowances of sorts that get us to that score point.
Yep. I've got your swag bag. My man Joey Clampett's over here from Clampett's Country Meat Market. He's got you some beef jerky in there.
All right.
Joey's right here. Joey, tell everybody hi.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hot Springs Village.
Joey's one of the big organizers here for this event, so
go
by
Joey's
and see
like
Joey if you're down this way.
I was going to say,
Joey's
Tom, I think Joey's the main reason we're here. So he's kind of the liaison of sorts to get us in here, I would say.
Yeah. And there's I'm looking at the cart. One of the cart girls has already asked, "Where's Ty Richardson? Where is Ty?"
She brunette or blonde, Tommy?
She's a blonde. So,
I'm out. Okay.
So
I'm out.
I think you probably need to take a look first.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You might change your mind.
Okay. All right. We'll have to wait and see on that front. Well, we've got a lot to discuss. Do you want to? I mean, Tom, it's hard. You get to golf. You don't really have to do the show, so you can't have a serious beef. Do you have a non-serious beef here on What's Your Beef Wednesday, presented by Richard's Country Meat Market?
Yeah, golf course beef that happened here just a moment ago. When you're warming up, you don't really need to hit the whole rack of balls. You're here to just get loose. It's a scramble. Don't be the guy that takes 9 gloves, your whole bag down to warm up while 200 people are waiting to get their turn on the range.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy. So that's my beef. When you're in a 5-man scramble, hurry up, hit your 20 balls, get loose, get out of the way.
Was it Jordan or Cody that you're beefing with?
No, I don't know who this was, but he and I don't think he got one off the ground. Maybe he needs to get back on the range. Maybe that's the thing. So.
Well, I can tell you all listening firsthand that it was not me. Even though that sounds like something I would do. Luckily, I've been here at the Balboa Pavilion and did not accomplish. I did learn. I've learned as I continue to play a sport that I love. I've learned more and more golf course etiquette. I didn't know there was range etiquette. I thought you just kind of set the ball down and whacked it. But apparently, you're supposed to go up, up, up. Until it's to the threshold, and then you move it to the left, and you go back, 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 back. That way you don't take as much dirt out.
Yeah. Well, you're learning. It's a game of constant learning. Hey, real quick before we go, I got time to tell you about Gaston's.
Fire away.
Gaston's White River Resort. I want to tell you about Clint, Jacob, the crew there. Hot Springs Village is a wonderful place to get away and play golf. But if you're looking for a wonderful place to get away and do some trout fishing. We were talking about trout fishing yesterday in our group there at dinner last night. What a great getaway it is. You can go. We're talking about golf. Go up, play Big Creek, stay at Gaston's, have a great time with one of their guides on the river. It is such a great time this time of the year. And the leaves are starting to change. It won't be long till that drive will be the most beautiful drive you'll have all year. Headed to Gaston's. 870-431-5202. They've got 80 private cabins and lodges, a great restaurant overlooking the river, and you're going to have a great time at Gaston's, I promise. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. First-class time every time.
Tommy, enjoy the trip, man. I'll see you in about an hour 45 or so.
All right, we'll check in from the course here in just a little while.
Get us started.
I'll check in with you. I'll check in with you on our second or third hole.
Okay. All right. Again, we're live. Really appreciate Hot Springs Village having the Razorback Club having us out here this morning. This is an awesome. I hesitate to call it a facility. Neighborhood doesn't do justice, to be honest. But as I said last year, this is a place I'd like to retire. I don't know who's going to give up their property around here, but I had never. Full disclosure, I had never been out to Hot Springs Village prior to last year. This is really cool. Really appreciate, again, Joey and everyone else that's a part of this event that would let us out there. All right, Christian, I want you to stow away your beef this morning. I want it to be juicy, as it is. We know we're going to get some juicy steaks and everything else at Richard's Country Meat Market. I need you to have something that's festering, that's just been ticking you off the last couple days, and we'll get in ours. You can jump in with us at any time. Again, this morning, 877-377-6963. You heard a couple clips in our opening drive. Andrew Armstrong on Paul Feinbaum. We're going to discuss what he had to say. One of the best wide receivers in the Southeastern Conference. He plays for your Arkansas Razorbacks. More on Sam Pittman, who we're not going to hear from a ton this week because not doing local media stuff, but did come on Chuck and Bo's show earlier, and so we'll hear what he had to say. Plus, we'll get into baseball. Christian, did you watch any of the baseball last night? I know Tommy was touching on it.
I know it's been a great playoffs, but I have not watched much. I kind of tuned out of baseball like early in the regular season, but I'll probably start watching it once it gets, later into the playoffs. I'll probably I definitely will watch the World Series.
I think that's a fair way to look at it, but plenty to get to here as we continue on the Morning Rush live from Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday, but honestly, I'm not beefing because I'm getting on the tee box in about an hour and 40 minutes. Stay with us right here, ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com and hit that line.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb pages for him.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Arkansas! The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where we are rolling out Rath Auto Relief. Now through midnight on Halloween, get up to $1,500 Rath cash when you purchase any one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Use it to pay your sales tax, get extra for your trade, or just take it right off the price. Plus, follow us on Facebook for fun-free giveaways every week. Rath Auto Relief, one more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, we welcome you back to the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. Really appreciate Brad Simon and Wonderly Lights being a part of this event with us for the second straight year. It's the 35th annual tournament. Crazy it's been going on this long. We'll tell you more about it coming up in just a bit, but for now, we talk Hog Update. Here is what Andrew Armstrong had to say earlier yesterday on Paul Feinbaum.
With all us doing everything we needed to do, it all came together. We played a great game. We battled adversity, coming out of halftime. And, we stuck together, everybody on the sideline. Nobody had their head hanging down. Everybody knew, we go out here, we keep playing our brand of football, and we can come out on top.
How about the adversity they battled in the third quarter, where Tennessee marches down 2 straight drives, it's 14-3, and I'm in section 521, and I'll just be honest about this. I looked at my Tennessee friends, and I looked at my Arkansas friends. I dig the hand signal, start the bus, this one's over. Instead, Taylor Green and company decided, you know what, this game's not over. They marched right down, JaQuindon punched it in from about 2 yards out, and Arkansas kept it kept the game, and sure enough, ended up winning the football game. That's the resolve that this team had. Not just this year's team, which lost narrowly to Texas A&M and Oklahoma State, but think about the kids, not Taylor, not JaQuindon. Andrew was here last year, but think about the kids that have been here for the last 2 seasons, right? 2022, where most games didn't go your way, and then 2023, where things especially didn't go your way. That takes a lot of mental fortitude, and this team displayed it on Saturday night. We'll see if they display it next Saturday night, which, if you haven't heard, the LSU game is 6 o'clock on ESPN. Christian, won't be as high as rated as the Arkansas game was this past week, which congratulations to Arkansas from a television standpoint.
Yeah.
You had the highest ranked college football game this past weekend by nearly 500,000 viewers, Big C.
Yeah, I saw that. That's kind of surprising, but I guess considering Tennessee being number 4 and all the hype they had behind them, I think they knew it would be kind of a interesting game, kind of tough for Tennessee to get that win. Didn't know exactly how it would go, but like you, Ty, I was confident, really confident going into the game. But when it got 14-3, man, I left the party I was at. I was mad. I was like, well, they played so well just to get to that point, and you kind of felt like
it's getting antsy in the stadium.
You just kind of felt like, maybe they wouldn't respond, or
here we go again.
And then they came back. The important thing is they scored right after Tennessee got that second touchdown, and I don't think they didn't let Tennessee have a chance to pile it on. The crowd didn't have a chance to get out of it because they knew that drive was very important. They knew they had to score, and they did. So, yeah, it was a great win, a win that we haven't seen very much in the Pittman era, where they had to come from behind late and get the win. So it was refreshing to see. And then the LSU game, man, that makes it much more sweeter for me. You're able to get a big win and then hopefully follow that with another big win over still our rival, whether people want to agree or not. They are a rival. We play for the trophy.
It's the second biggest rivalry you have.
Yeah.
In football. And frankly, listen, I hate Ole Miss. A&M's my least favorite team on planet Earth with their football program. But I know it's not as a whole what Arkansans hate the most. It's Texas and it's LSU. They're clearly number two. And Ole Miss and Tennessee and others, teams you play, are still teams you don't like. But LSU, far and away, I think is the second most hated rival of any football teams Arkansas plays, Big C.
Yeah, I agree with that. Personally, I think it'll end up being Texas just because we play them every year, and hopefully we beat them more often than not. But, I would say Texas A&M is a close second, but we just don't beat them. I mean, the hatred is there. Like, we hate Texas A&M, but we don't beat them.
The hatred has grown because you continue to lose that game, at least in my eyes. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. We're live from the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. It is brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, Christian, I asked you to kind of keep one going during the break. Did you have anything that come to mind yet for a beef? I've got one, but I'll let you go
My
first.
beef is, and this isn't all Tennessee fans that I've seen after this game kind of on social media and YouTube, but they kind of like, and I know all fan bases do this, but after a big win, you want to see some credit given, and maybe a few have here and there, but it's more like, man, Nico looked awful. He sucks, or,
Really, Josh Heupel didn't even give credit to Arkansas, Christian, so I think it emulates from their head football coach, too.
And you could be right about that, but it's all things that they did wrong, and, all this, we suck and all this, and it just seems like, the credit's not being given where it should, but and they kind of see it as like a really bad loss. Arkansas was a terrible team, and that just isn't the case. If you've seen Arkansas this year, in their losses.
What did Nick Saban say on College Game Day? He was adamant. Arkansas is a good football team.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to warn them, and evidently Tennessee did not get the message.
No.
And thank goodness they didn't, because and listen, Arkansas affected that football game, not just the fans, but the players, and we saw that on Saturday night. Hopefully we see it next Saturday against the LSU Tigers. Now, Tommy was talking about fishing earlier with Gaston's, and we always like to talk about fishing as well with our buddy Bruce Stanton with Pradco Fishing. We do it every Tuesday. Bruce was a good sport. Bruce was not one of those Tennessee fans you were talking about. He's very complimentary of Arkansas, and we're always complimentary of what he has, whether it's the Umbrella Flash Mob Jr., the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue, or the Bobby Garland Baby Shad. You can find all of these at Walmart, Academy, Bass Pro Shops, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. That's Pradco Lures, made right here in Arkansas. Our Morning Rush Daily Question when we return next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Picture this. You arrive at your hotel. You have an important online meeting lined up with clients from all across the country. You have your laptop open, ready to begin, and the Wi-Fi is so terrible, you can't even connect. These types of stressful situations happen all the time, but they don't have to. When you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you have access to their free high-speed Wi-Fi, so you can take care of those critical emails, join your meetings on time, and even unwind by streaming your favorite shows without having to worry. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
This is the Morning Rush.
Great to be on here with you guys. I think you guys do awesome work, and I really enjoy listening to you.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Patriot Transport wants to thank their drivers for their hard work and dedication. The local and over-the-road drivers are essential to the Patriot Transport mission. Day in and day out, Patriot Transport drivers are on the road striving for safety and success. To the behind-the-scenes dispatch and office employees, Patriot Transport thanks them as well for the hard work they put in day and night. If you want to be a part of the Patriot Transport family, visit patriottransport.com. Patriot Transport is located in Danville, Arkansas.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushville. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushville. Head for the mountains of Bushville.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas.
For 2 decades. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of experience here to help you get closed on a home really quick. We offer custom financing available through VA, FHA, RD, and conventional loans. First Financial Mortgage has a great history of lending in the area. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at cartpathsocial.com. CartPath Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun.
All right, time for your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. We're at semester, right? Not the full calendar year just yet for Arkansas football. 6 games in. You've still got one more bye right before the Texas game. It splits Ole Miss and Texas, which I think is a perfect setup for it. You're 4-2 right now. What grade would you give Arkansas at first semester? 877, 377, 6963. Christian, I don't know about you in high school or college, but I typically had to pick it up second semester because I slacked off a little bit first. But listen, I know you could talk about slacking off, and maybe they should have beat Oklahoma State and they should have beat A&M. But they're a game ahead of where I had them. I had them at 3-3. Before the season, somehow I thought they were going to beat Tennessee. Then prior to last game, I didn't think they were going to win. They're a game where I had them. So I'll give them a B.
Yeah.
I'm not giving them an A. Like, anyone that gives this team an A, you're just a homer. But I'll give them a B, not a B minus. I'll give them a solid B, not a B plus, but I'll give them a B. What do you give them first semester?
Yeah, I'll give them a B with maybe, one more win. I would have given them an A, but
oh, no, 100%.
Four wins at this point. You got to take that. I don't think some of the wins came against teams we necessarily thought we would beat, but we got them nonetheless. And those 2 losses, they sting, but you were able to get a win on the road at Auburn and beat the number 4 team in the country in Tennessee. So I don't think the wins were exactly what we thought they would be, but nonetheless, you're 4-2, and you've got some very winnable games on the schedule still. So, I think at this point, 6-6 would be almost a disappointment. I mean, 7-5, 8-4. I think that's something fans can live with, but just with the way we've seen what this team is capable of doing, they can hang with some of the best teams. A&M's a really good team, it looks like, and nobody on your schedule, and I'll include Texas in that because they haven't really played anybody yet. I haven't seen Texas take that next step that and that's not their fault necessarily, but they haven't taken that next step to make you think, wow, this is going to be a really tall it'll be tough.
Okay, let's stay on this question. We'll come in again. If you want to give your grade on Arkansas semester, 877, 377, 6963, how much do we take into Texas's schedule, which I believe is 13-12 through who they play? Their opponents, I believe, have a combined record of 13-12.
Man, we don't know if they're
Michigan
frauds.
is not looking like as good of a win as it initially did coming off their national championship. We got to remember, the Wolverines, the big house is not easy. I'm kind of glad Arkansas didn't go there anymore because I feel like they would have gotten killed whenever they were scheduled.
Arkansas State played them pretty well, and they left points out there. So, I know that happens, but yeah, like you said, I'm really not impressed with Texas. They're 5-0. But
I'm not impressed with who Texas has played.
No.
I'm impressed with the quality of that team. I hate that Ryan Wingo is not here in Fayetteville. Older brother Ronnie would have loved to have him under Petrino catching wheel routes. Instead, he's a 5-star wide receiver playing in Austin. Heck, Landon's little brother, Pleasant Grove High School, might end up in Austin, but at least he was in your building to watch the Arkansas Razorbacks beat the Tennessee Volunteers. And I think we're going to have Richard on in about 15 minutes. Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. And I would think, now I could be wrong about this, but I would think Saturday's win even gives you more of a chance to lure recruits in the building for next weekend against LSU. The reason I want LSU, I'm very staunch on this, the reason I want LSU to beat Ole Miss this weekend is, one, I hate playing teams after losses. Like, people always, I would rather play LSU coming off the win. I think they'd be in the top 10, and I think it makes it even a better win potentially for Arkansas. Now, the argument to that would be that, well, LSU would still be vying for a potential college football playoff appearance if they just had one loss heading into that game, which they could. But that's kind of where, if I had to weigh the two, that's where I stand on that. All right, that is your Morning Rush Daily Question. It's brought to you by our friends at CartPath Socials. Talking with Christian and Nate, we're planning this 30th trip for one of our buddies, and I was talking with them about that a little bit. And I know they're always talking to me about the different things that you could do at Cart Pass Social, whether it's parties. I mean, heck, if you really want to have a gender reveal out there, you can do that. You can watch NFL. You can watch college football. Maybe you don't have any plans this weekend, and you're looking for something to do with the kiddos, the grandkids, just your friends and family. Well, Cart Pass Social is an awesome place because if you're a guy listening to the show or a gal listening to the show and you like college football, it's plastered everywhere. And you can still have some fun playing whatever golf courses. Maybe I'll just want to hit out on the range with the kiddo, whatever the case may be. It's an awesome indoor golf facility. It's the best one in all of Arkansas. Best part about it, 2 homegrown kids, 2 Rogers, Arkansas kids, Nate Gearhan, Christian Olson. CartPassSocial.com in Lowell. Cart Pass Social, the getting out of the sun, making golfing fun. And speaking of golf, we are, again, live at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club here. And we're at the Balboa Pavilion right now. We'll check in with Tommy coming up in the second hour. The guys have teed off. We're trying to defend our title from last year, the title that I did nothing to help contribute for. Really appreciate, again, Brad Simon and Wonderly Lights being a part of this for the second consecutive year. It's 35 years of the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club 35th annual golf tournament. Benefits U of A student athletes, and Brad and his team at Wonderly Lights, again, being a part of it. Let's go to the phone lines. We'll start with Craig, who's called in from Greenwood, home of the Bulldogs this morning. Craig, you are on the Morning Rush. What's up, man?
Hey, Ty. Wanted to respond to your grade for this team. I think at this point, if we're sticking with the analogy, and I'm a teacher, this team is a C. They're probably one of the smarter students you have in class, but they can't show up in time. They don't complete their assignments on time, or, they've got so much talent, but it's so frustrating because they just can't do the simple things that make great students great.
Craig, let me differ with you for a sec, because if you look at the recruiting numbers, Arkansas does not have the most talent. When they play Texas A&M, you could say that against Oklahoma State. When you play Tennessee, you were the less talented team in terms of numbers, but you maximized it against Tennessee. You didn't against Texas A&M. I would argue the opposite of what you're saying. Not that this team is overwhelmingly smart, a.k.a. talented, but they're figuring out ways to win, and they did so on Saturday night.
Yeah, but at the same time, what takes players to the next level is if you're, I don't want to say mediocre, but if you're a great player, just maybe not a 4 or 5 star, you have to eliminate making simple mistakes and turning the ball over.
No question.
And that's been our Achilles heel so far, and that's where a C comes into question for the analogy.
Well, listen,
I appreciate it too. It's a great question to ask.
Yeah, correct, and I appreciate you come from the teacher perspective. And I think, listen, I have no problem with the C. I think what happened in Stillwater, the closing would have gotten an F. You look like you were going to ace the exam, and then all of a sudden you kept writing in B, C, A, B. You just didn't even look at the test. So I think with this Arkansas football team, you alluded, Craig, I think you bring up something important, but I'll let you chime in on this before we let you go, and we'll talk to Brian and Ozark. This team, if they don't turn the ball over, they're going to win football games. We saw it Saturday night. They didn't turn the ball over. And technically, they had those 2 turnover on downs, which you want included in that. That's fine. But if they don't cough the ball up, they're going to win games. If they don't cough the ball up next weekend against the Tigers, I think they're going to win the football game, right? I mean, is it that easy that if this team doesn't turn the ball over, they're going to be not just a bowl team, but maybe more than that?
It's that and penalties at this point.
Yeah.
If they can just clean up the way they play, they have the promise of being a world-class team without a doubt. And even Saturday night, we left 17 points on the board in the first half.
Isaiah's touchdown, which I know he'd love to have back. Talon missed Jordan Anthony on that flat route that he threw it short. That would have been a touchdown. And then the missed field goal by Ramsey, which I guess I don't know if he ripped his groin on that kick, but he was a hobbler.
Something happened, yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the time. Hey, good luck with Brian. You're going to need it.
Okay, thanks, Craig. Yeah, listen, Kyle's not Cam Little. He's not Jake Bates. But if we've we as men, I know females have to deal with other issues, but we as men know when you do something to your groin, it's not fun. All right, this guy was called in on Monday, sounded a little scared. Brian, are you scared that Arkansas is looking better by the week, or are you scared that you might have to pay me $100 when Landon Jackson sacks either Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning on November the 16th? Do I invoice you or your mom? How does that work?
I'll say this. I ain't scared a bit. And you know what? Y'all talk about Arkansas playing well on the road. Well, you know, Texas plays twice as good on the road. They're not worried about coming to Razorback Stadium.
They haven't.
I'll say this.
Hold on. Have they played?
You want a great.
I don't have the schedule in front. Have they played a true SEC road game yet?
Well, yeah, they stomped the crap out of Alabama, something Arkansas's never
No.
done.
I'm talking about this year. Have they, and I don't know. Have they played an SEC road game yet?
No, they haven't. But, you know, I'll tell you my opinion. The reason that Tennessee lost to Arkansas was Tennessee thought they were playing UAPB. They overlooked Arkansas, and they didn't give Arkansas props for anything. So when you overlook the team, you get.
That's what Texas is going to do.
Surprised.
That's exactly what Texas will do.
Okay, Brian. So let me ask you this, real quick, and I'll let you speak to this. You have spoken nothing but ill will towards Arkansas football since you started calling the offseason. So why do you think your football team is going to take Arkansas seriously? Because you just said Tennessee didn't. Why do you think Texas is going to take Arkansas football seriously?
This is the reason. 3 years ago, everybody loves to talk about how Arkansas beat a very crappy Texas team, and I admit that. They came back with players from a piece of crap Arkansas coach that came from Louisville, the worst coach in Texas history ever.
Hold up. You're talking about piece of crap players. Bijan Robinson was on that team. Bijan, what did he get drafted? The first running back taken by the Falcons?
They didn't have an offensive line. Texas's offensive line, they have one guy by the name of Kelvin Banks that is better than your whole Arkansas offensive line together. That's why he's going to be the number 2, number 3 overall draft pick.
He's a good player.
Can't take that. He's better than any dude that you got on your offensive line, period.
Okay, so where are we going with this? Brian, where are we going with this? You're just kind of spinning in circles.
You asked the point. Why do I believe Texas will beat them? Texas has a point to prove that Arkansas does not have the talent or the team that Texas has. They brought a shitty Arkansas team, Texas team, and lost to Arkansas because they looked at Arkansas.
Well, hey, listen, I've got some homework for you. We're on the subject of semesters. I want you to find me a year where the recruiting rankings tell you that Arkansas had a more talented team than Texas. Find me a year. You can date back 20 or so years since recruiting rankings. Find me a year that says Arkansas on paper had a better team than Texas. Find that. And if you can, I'll be shocked because it's never happened. Arkansas always has less talent than Texas, and yet they still win games. And if I remember correctly, guys hadn't beat us since 2008, right? I think that's right. All right. Appreciate your call, Brian. Hour number 2 coming up. Again, we're live at the Balboa Pavilion here at Hot Springs Village. Really appreciate the team here at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club having us out here. Speaking of recruiting, let's talk to RD. Richard Davenport joins us next on the Morning Rush.
Summertime in Arkansas means pond and creek fishing, and nothing catches bass and bluegill in a pond like a Rebel crickhopper. You can twitch it, pop it, walk it, and swim it. It's the ultralight fishing lure that looks and acts like a real grasshopper. The crickhopper works great in tandem with light spinning rods and reels with 4 or 6 pound fishing line. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. The Rebel crickhopper.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
viral. Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb page for him.
He means the website, which is shop on Razorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is the Morning Rush.
Fall is here, and that means cooler weather, football, and family, which makes it the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart, your family's #1 tire store. Southern Tire Mart is your trusted partner for top quality tires, professional services, and competitive pricing. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is ready for anything fall brings your way. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hanging with Danny Cobb at American Welding Laboratories. Danny, tell us about the school.
Well, Tommy, we're going on 3 years in operation. We teach all aspects of welding, from stick welding all the way to combination pipe.
So how's the job market these days?
Job market's wide open, whether you want to stay local or hit the road. As a licensed institution, we have access to many grants, including the GI Bill now.
Great. How do we get started?
Come by 4400 South 16th, take a tour, talk to our instructors.
It's American Welding Laboratories. Find out more at theweldinglab.com.
Hey, Winks. Billy, hay is for horses. Are my ears that long?
Oh, you got me again. I'm going to order a large Boss Hog pizza for fishing tomorrow.
That's a lot of food. You taking a friend?
No, sir. I'm going to use it as bait.
Pizza as bait for fishing?
Yes'm. The catfish love 'em, some Jim's Razorback pizza.
They do?
Yes'm. They chase the bacon faster than green grass through a goose.
Bacon? Never would have thunk it.
Yup. And they come right to the river's edge when I call them, too. Woo! Fish suey!
Oh, blessed Billy. All right, son. Have fun fishing.
Jim's Razorback Pizza. Blessed to serve you. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see lots of sunshine with highs around 80, east winds under 10 miles an hour. Starry skies tonight with lows around 50. Sunny skies for Thursday with highs in the low to mid 80s. Stay mostly clear Thursday night, lows in the lower 50s. Sunny through the weekend. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Coach Pittman been having this team going the right direction before the season even started. Even with those 2 losses that we had early in the season, with those one-score games, the team never, shied away from Coach Pitt. Coach Pitt was always there telling us, we know what type of team we have. As long as we keep battling, as long as we keep doing what we have to do, playing our brand of football, we're going to come out on top in those close games, and that's what happened Saturday.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live on your favorite radio station, hitthatline.com and the Hit That Line Now app.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
This is the Morning Rush with Ty Richardson.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
And Tommy Kraft.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Produced by Christian Johnston.
How about this, Cowboys?
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Let's stand up and call those Hawks.
Christian, as we start hour number 2, we're at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. Really appreciate Brad Simon and Wonderly Lights making it awesome for us out here. Second straight year we partnered with them. It's the 35th annual golf tournament here at Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. JT in Hot Springs was asking earlier, JT, we're at the Balboa Pavilion, but we're playing Magellan. And by the way, I got a score update from Tommy. Pull this out real quick. I think we're 1 under after 1 hole. We are the defending champion. Shot a 49 last year.
Wow.
And hopefully we either equal to that. You heard the highlight in our open. How about them Cowboys? I didn't let you go talk really much on Sunday yesterday, man. Congratulations on that big win for Dak and Co.
Yeah, I was happy they got that win, no doubt, just considering, the Steelers have a great defense, TJ Watt, it's on the road. I don't think they're a dynamic offense or anything at this point, but it was still a good win to get. Dak did not play great, but considering, the injuries on defense and, just kind of the way the season had gone at this point, that was a gritty win. And, they almost, of course, they had to make it interesting at the end, and they almost gave it away. They had the ball at the 1, fumbled, got it back, had to convert a 4th down. It was just typical of Cowboys fashion, but they got the win, and that's really all that matters going on the road and playing a quality team. Just getting that win is key. But Dak, man, got to cut down on the turnovers.
Yes, he does. All right, we're not back in Fayetteville this weekend for Arkansas game day. We'll be back. Excited to get back at the stadium shop on Razorback. Also excited for tailgating. And tailgating, you don't do it justice without some good food. You're always going to get some good food at Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. They're our sponsor for What's Your Beef Wednesday. Go that extra mile. Go get that extra point. The sides, not just the bratwurst, not just the burgers, not just the sausages or the chicken wings or all the steaks and stuff. Get that spicy bean dip. Get that mac and cheese. Get that sausage. Get the mashed potatoes. Get the green bean casserole. Get it all at Richard's Country Meat Market. 479-443-0000. That's 479-443-0000. I'm getting my tongue tied because I'm getting so hungry right now thinking about Richard's. Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, 1 block east of College, off of Rolling Hills Drive.
He's a great person, and so I knew I knew some things I was going to get right after the interview. Matter of fact, right after I interviewed him, I called Hunter and I said I found my guy.
Now, I know the same things are said about our buddy Richard Davenport, who joins us now. RD, I know Sam Pittman could have used you, but he was talking about Travis Williams there. T-Will, about 18 games in, has shown he's not just a capable defensive coordinator, but he's a guy that maybe has a future in the head coaching profession. What have you thought about him on the recruiting tail? The stories you've heard, the parents you've talked to, the kids that have mentioned T-Will. How important is he to the fabric of Razorback football right now?
I think what you see on TV is a small sampling of what he's like, and just a small sampling is very impressive. When I say that, I'm talking about just how genuine he is. He is one of the most genuine guys you'd ever want to meet, and I think that's something that anytime you come across somebody that is just themselves, you don't, especially in football, as a coach, and you're being recruited, and you're a parent, you're a young man, and you don't feel like that anything that he's doing is a put on. There's plenty of coaches that kind of put on a show, kind of present themselves in a way that maybe they're not necessarily that way, outside of the recruiting process, but T. Will is about as genuine as you're going to come, and he's just full of energy. And when you talk to him, you don't feel like that he's talking down to you. You don't feel like that he feels like he's better than you. He's just Travis Williams, and he can make you feel so relaxed. And I've said it on our message board. And I don't say this lightly. If I had a son, I'd want my son to play for Travis Williams. He's that good of a man. And then you throw in his coaching ability. That's a heck of a combination, because he can recruit very well and also coach very well. And when you have somebody that you feel so relaxed around, and I guarantee you that's the way it is with a lot of these families and these kids that he recruits. And even guys that he secondary recruits, as far as, guys that are being recruited to play defense, that other guys on the staff are primarily the, lead recruiter. But when they get to meet T. Will, that's a huge bonus.
And I think as we tie this back into Coach Pittman, now, Tommy's not here right now. And if any of you try and tell him that I say to compliment him about him, I will deny it till the day I die. But one of the things Tommy's really good about doing as really the sports executive and behind-the-scenes guy at times of these radio stations is, whether it's Chuck, Bo, Phil, Matt, Derek, Zach, me at times, he puts us in the best positions possible. And he's always complimentary of his team, not just our on-air team, but our production team, our sales team, Big C, Colton, DQ, like everyone. And Pittman's really good, what I've noticed, about like the first thing out of his mouth is his players and coaches. Like he had Bobby lead some thing in the locker room, RD at the tail end of the game. He immediately gave Coach Williams a game ball after that. I mean, that's got to be a guy that you would like working for, at least from the outside looking in. Doesn't it seem like that?
Yeah, there's no doubt, and I think it's a reflection of his personality. Also, his reflection of his personality is also by the people that he hires. And when you have certain characteristics yourself, you want to see the same things in the guys that you hire, and I think that's what he's done. And I think when you see T. Will also, and similar to what you just said, his defensive staff, Deke Adams, Coach
Deke Adams is a dude, RD. I mean, he is bringing dude after dude.
Mm-hmm. And he's recruiting very well, and I think that's also a plus. It shows what happens when you have stability on your coaching staff. Deke's going into his third year, so he's had a couple of years of developing relationships with a lot of these kids, and that helps. And that's why he's obviously been able to recruit well. And plus, when you look at his resume, that's impressive, and kids pay attention to that too. But I mean, then you throw in Coach Woodson, Coach Wilson. I mean, all those guys are solid individuals, and you can tell that chemistry within that defensive staff is just so solid, and their respect for one another, and obviously their respect for Coach Williams.
I'll tell you what else is solid. The intel that we get from Richard Davenport each and every Wednesday. He joins us at 10 o'clock. Richard's with Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Richard, you had a lot of guys in attendance this past weekend. Kane Archer, Lance Jackson, to kind of the top-end guys. after what happened, is it even easier to bring guys in for LSU? I know there's some big-time games next weekend. You think about Texas and Georgia. You think about Alabama and Tennessee. But is it an easy pitch to get guys in for another night game when they take on LSU next weekend?
Sure makes it a lot easier after, obviously, what just happened. There's no doubt that, the kids maybe, even if they didn't see the game, they saw the highlights and then saw the rushing of the field, stuff like that. Obviously, when you have momentum, that makes it much easier to reach out to kids and get a response and get them to have maybe a little bit more interest in coming to your campus for a game. And from what I've gathered, that's been the case after the Tennessee game. That the conversations with kids that maybe were maybe a little slow to respond to in the past are a little bit quicker to respond when you beat the number 4 team in the country and pretty much really dominate the game. That right there, I mean, that's even more impressive than just the 1914. I mean, you look at the total yardage, you look at basically just 2 drives that. I mean, obviously they had a chance to score and win the game, on that last drive. But other than that, and the other 2 drives, that one drive was, obviously helped with 2 personal fouls. So you look at the game and just how Arkansas pretty much overall dominated the game. That right there is so impressive, and kids gravitate towards teams that do that and also win the big game. So obviously this is step one. If they can somehow get a string of wins over the next few weeks, that just takes things to a different level.
Richard, you mentioned maybe some feedback you might be getting after Saturday night from guys interested coming on Saturday. From the feedback you receive from, like I said, parents, players, coaches, what did you take in from that feedback this past Saturday?
Well, just the environment, just the atmosphere, the fan base, and also just the fight that Arkansas had. I mean, at the end of the game, you could tell that Landon Jackson, Eric Gregory, Cam Ball, the defensive line. Obviously, I'm sure the linebackers and defensive backs were exhausted too. But at the same time, when you're a 300-pounder or close to it, Landon Jackson about 280. You could tell they were exhausted near the end of the game.
Gregory made that last tackle, RD, and he looked like he was like they just won, and he put his hands up, and he's like, I'm about to fall over.
Yeah. I mean, and he did that. He forced him out. I mean, he was going out of bounds, but he forced him out, and just his effort. He was moving pretty good to force Nico out of bounds, and here's a guy that just laid it on the line all game, and you're talking about a 310, 320-pound defensive lineman. That I tell you what, that's the thing that I really noticed. And kids, that play the game in high school, they notice that, and that shows the culture and the drive that the kids on the team have, and that makes you want to be a part of that. It really does.
Richard, as we let you go here, one of the things I mentioned Saturday night following the game is, hey, maybe you got a chance to flip some of these in-state kids that are committed. So, like Karis Kern, who's currently committed to LSU, Omarion Robinson to Oklahoma, Daniel Anderson to Notre Dame, Marcus Wimberly to Oklahoma, just to name a few. I mean, if Arkansas keeps winning, in your esteemed opinion, do they got a chance to flip any of these kids?
Well, I mean, I think it helps. Only time will tell on down the road. But I think obviously, you as a kid, 17, 18-year-old kid, you're going to class, and let's face it, most of the kids that they're friends with are probably Razorback fans or and teachers, and you're hearing positive things about the home state school. I imagine it can make things a little bit more interesting near the end. But only time will tell. But all you can do as Arkansas is keep recruiting them and hopefully keep winning and see what happens. So obviously with Man Robinson and the safety that's committed to Oklahoma at Parkview. I mean, he's got two teammates that are committed to Arkansas, so they're always probably talking to him. But Coach Pittman's supposed to visit, go to their game on Thursday. Talking about Little Rock Parkview's game against Hope on Thursday. So that's basically making a statement saying, hey, you guys that are committed, hey, we love you, but and also the guys that are not committed, we want you to jump on board. So I think that stuff like that obviously helps, but obviously, like you said, keep winning, and that can only improve your chances of maybe flipping them at the end.
Yeah, and the only two sets of members here in the state that don't actually get to enjoy a bye week: the Arkansas football staff because they're recruiting, and our friend Richard Davenport, who's covering what's going on. RD, appreciate it, man. Good stuff this morning as always, and we'll chat next week as we get ready for LSU.
All right, buddy. Hey, enjoy your time in Hot Springs Village. That's where I met Megan. Love Magellan. That's one of my favorite courses. So that's a good place.
Okay, yeah, I'm excited. We played it last year, and we're trying to defend our title as we're getting hit at Hot Springs Village Razorback Club, playing Magellan, Tommy and company. They said they're up or -1 after one hole. We're live at the Balboa Pavilion, so if you're in the area, come by and see us. And evidently, it's where love spurned because that's where Richard met his wife, which is pretty cool. Hey, this morning we're brought to you by our friends at Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. Speaking of pretty cool, Chris, Lee J, their entire team, they've got a pretty cool array of Grand Design, Forest River products, the Brinkley Model Z, which is the latest luxury fifth wheel right now. They come with a lifetime warranty. Every single new RV that you get with them, lifetime warranty. It's the best RV dealer in not just Northwest Arkansas, but Arkansas. 5 miles west off exit 72 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV. Now, you heard that, like, the tail end of Richard right there. Sam Pittman doesn't just have to convince guys like me and Big C and Tommy and all of you listening to jump on board, right? Because if we're being honest, it wasn't in lockstep with this football team this year, especially what happened at Stillwater, then what happened in Dallas, what always happens in Dallas. Thank God that game's in Fayetteville next year. But you got to, like, Sam's job is also to convince kids that are committed elsewhere, by the way, Big C, like Omari and Robinson, that, hey, we've got a bright future here. And winning a game Saturday night is so crucial in the process of trying to swing these kids back to Fayetteville.
They met the moment, and they exceeded most people's expectations. The fans had a lot to do with that. It was just, I mean, Pittman said it himself. It was just a big-time atmosphere from the beginning of the day on. And, that's like what you want to see as a recruit. You want to see all those things. You want the big-time feel. And, I mean, would we like to win more games this year? Of course. We don't want to stop after this, but you only get so many of these games a year, and Arkansas met the moment, and they got the win, which is even better. And you've got some big games on your schedule, and like you said, there's more opportunities on this schedule to win over even more recruits.
And hopefully it continues on. Speaking of games, we will participate in our Fenceman Friday picks coming up momentarily this week on Friday, as we always do. Christian, I heard you editing. Did we have a lot of bings, or we had a lot of this past weekend? I heard you editing it yesterday.
It was about 50-50. I mean, it was
okay.
It was about a normal week.
You gotta be okay with 50-50. It's not 50-50 with what Sean and his team do at the Fenceman. It's good quality work, unlike our picks occasionally on Friday. You give him a call at 479-782-3936. It's 479-782-3936. Commercial, residential, repairs, whatever you need, wood privacy, vinyl, it doesn't matter. Sean and his team can help you. 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. So as we continue on again, we're at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. Really appreciate them having us out here. We're at the Balboa Pavilion. We're going to jump back into some of what Sam Pittman had to say yesterday. Also, Andrew Armstrong appearing on Paul Feinbaum on the SEC Network. So always love to hear that. Andrew's been fantastic. Second in the SEC in receiving yards this year. Jaquindon Jackson's fourth in the SEC in rushing. You might have, this is not Homer tie talking, this is realistic tie talking, the best 1-2 combo in the SEC with those two. We'll see if the bye week helps Jaquindon get healthy. I know he always seems to be nicked up. Most importantly, Taylor Green, which Coach Pittman also talked about yesterday. Stay with us. A lot more to discuss on the Morning Rush.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Whether you are fishing a jetty on the Arkansas River or working around laydowns at Beaver, Washita, or Table Rock, the Heddon Super Spook Jr. is the topwater bait to call up summer bass. The Super Spook Jr. is a smaller version of the world's most famous topwater lure. The Spook is the original walk-the-dog lure and has been tricking big bass for almost 100 years. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. The Heddon Super Spook Jr.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is the Morning Rush.
Child's Plains, touchdown.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything, service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. Think you know your stuff? Try our winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor Pool for the upcoming season. When the game is over, head over to our online casino and get in on a game of blackjack or poker or unwind with one of our over 150 slots games. Head to the website today and use promo code BELIEVE and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Rath Auto Relief. Now through midnight on Halloween, get up to $1,500 Rath cash when you purchase any one of our Rath Road Ready vehicles. Use it to pay your sales tax. Get extra for your trade or just take it right off the price. Plus, follow us on Facebook for fun-free giveaways every week. Rath Auto Relief. One more reason all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC buyers. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC has got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
All right, we're live here at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club, courtesy of our friends at Wonderly Lights. Brad is on our team, Brad Simon, who runs that business, amongst other things. Chris, you ready for an update?
Let's hear it.
We're -3 after 3 holes, so we're doing okay, according to Tommy. So hopefully we continue on that trajectory. We were -49 last year, won the whole thing. We'll see if we have a chance to win this thing this year. All right, time for your SEC update. How about Arkansas having the best and most watched game in college football last weekend? 5.3 million viewers. That outdid the Deep South's oldest rivalry, which was Auburn-Georgia at 4.9. It outdid Texas A&M and Missouri, which is 3.3. Best game of the weekend in terms of viewership was right here in Fayetteville.
Yeah, if you look at the slate of games, it's not too surprising just because there wasn't a ton of like marquee matchups. And I know, Tennessee and Arkansas maybe on paper wasn't the most exciting game, but for that weekend, it seems like most people were interested in that game for sure. And, anytime the number 4 team is playing on the road in the SEC in a hostile environment, and if you've watched college football, Arkansas is capable of beating anybody on their home field, especially at night, and that's what they did. So not totally shocking for me, but it's awesome to see that many people that tuned in.
Taylon Green has been a hot topic for people, not just in Arkansas, but the SEC. They want to know about Arkansas starting quarterback and his status heading into next week. Here's Coach Pittman and the latest on that on SiriusXM yesterday.
Well, we're hoping that he'll be ready for LSU. We're also hoping that he'll be ready by next week to practice. Those are still up in the air just a little bit, Bo, but we feel confident that we can have him back. It's just we're not positive that will happen.
My apologies. That was on Chuck and Bo's show this morning. I misspoke there. But, again, I said this from the jump. I don't care if Jamie Pittman asks Sam his status for next week.
Yeah.
I'm not telling a soul if I'm Sam Pittman. First off, he might not even know. Like, it might be one of those things as you get closer towards the end of next week. And if he does know, don't say a word to anybody. Just say, I don't know. Hopefully he's questionable. He's whatever. Don't give LSU an advantage that they don't need next week. That is still a good football team. They don't have a vintage LSU defense by any stretch of the imagination, but they can come in here and beat you, and they'll be favoring that game for a reason. So make them at least try to game plan for both quarterbacks, and hopefully Taylon is geared up and ready to go next week, Big C.
Yeah, I'd kind of let this week kind of just play out. I wouldn't I wouldn't be too worried about it yet. And then maybe Monday, Tuesday next week, start kind of asking that question. But I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like it was a devastating injury just because of he was able to come back in the game, and I know he ended up coming right back out. But just maybe it's part of wanting to be a part of the moment. But he was out there on the field, and he didn't seem like he was having trouble walking or anything, which I know that's not always indicative of a serious injury. But I just have a feeling that, with this bye week, they're going to take all the necessary precautions, and I think he'll be ready to go come the 19th.
You don't have a line for the LSU game just yet. I believe that game preseason was fringing around 9 or 10 points against the Tigers.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an updated line on the Bet Saracen app currently, but there's plenty of again NFL lines. There's plenty of different lines that you can look at right now on the Bet Saracen app. I'm curious for Ole Miss and LSU as hyped as that game is going to be this weekend when you look, and then you got Texas and Oklahoma, which are also two really big games. Oklahoma is a 14.5 point underdog for that game. And then in terms of the Ole Miss and LSU game, I believe if I remember correctly, Ole Miss is a 3.5 point favorite right now on the Bet Saracen app. Some notable games in the SEC for this weekend that you can check out on the Bet Saracen app. All right, that is your SEC update. Always brought to you by our friends at Burton Pools and Spas. Perfect hot tub is waiting for you right now with their warehouse clearance. Whether you're seeking relaxation or quality time with the family, Burton Pools and Spas has you covered with Hot Springs Hot Tubs, the world's best-selling brand. Over 100 hot tubs in stock, ready for delivery and on sale. Hot tubs starting at just $4.99 and payments as low as $58 a month. Visit Burton Pools and Spas, hot tub warehouse clearance in Springdale, Greenland, or in Fort Smith. Burton Pools and Spas, they just don't sell hot tubs. They also build long-term relationships. We can always find all their inventory online at burtonpools.com. Again, they don't just build pools, they build long-term relationships. As we jump back into some Razorback content here, I know that a lot of people were curious how Bobby Petrino would impact the team. We've got a 6-game sample size here in Fayetteville as the offensive coordinator. Here's what a star receiver, Andrew Armstrong, had to say about him on the Paul Feinbaum show yesterday.
Oh, he had an extremely, great influence on us. I feel like not even just the offense, the defense as well. Everybody just loves Coach Petrino. He's a great coach. He comes to practice every day, and you have that respect for him as a player, and you just make sure that you want to do the best you can for him because he's doing the best he can for you as well.
So Petrino's one of those guys that, again, he always brings back nostalgia whenever you bring up his name. And it's not all good, let's just be honest, but there has been an impact on this team. And they haven't been, by any means, the best offensive team in college football. This is not the same offense that he had in 2010 or 2011 or he did with Lamar Jackson. But there's definitely improvement. And I think one of the things that you've noticed about this team is like the game plan. Well, you saw the game plan, and even at just scoring 19 points, you left 17 on the board. That's 36. Well, how was that? No, it was 30. Yeah, 36. That's 36 points that you probably should have scored. Talon missed that touchdown to Jordan Anthony. Isaiah should have had that touchdown, and Ramsey, I think it was like a 41-yard field goal. That's like, as an offensive coordinator, I take 36 points if I'm Coach Bobby Petrino. Unfortunately, didn't pan out like you were hoping it did. And I guess you -3 because they hit that field goal, but 14 points or whatever it ended up being. Here's the deal. Things are cohesive on the surface right now. We talked about Travis Williams and what he's been for this football team as an organizational standpoint, from a recruiting standpoint earlier with Richard. You want it to stay that way. The important thing in this next week and a half, and I guarantee the coaching staff is harping hard on this, is the kids to stay off social media, the kids to stay off, listen to sports talk radio, which I don't think many of them do, but if they do, turn off the dial right now, because it's all going to be lavish praise. It's all going to be nothing but good things coming your way, Big C, and they can't get infatuated with it, because LSU's coming in here to try to kick your ass next weekend. Yes. And if you think that you're just going to waltz into another SEC win, then LSU is going to kick your keister next weekend.
Yeah, it's always a tough game with LSU. When they're good and we're good, it's usually, it tends to go in their favor more times than not. Usually when they're not, when they kind of overlook us is when, and I don't think they'll be overlooking us after the win against Tennessee. They're going to be, taking advantage of every possible thing they could take advantage of, and they will be definitely in tune for that game. So just make sure that your guys are ready too, and I don't have any reason to believe they won't be, because it is a rivalry game. So I'm excited for that game, and I just expect it to be close. But I do like some things I'm seeing out of Arkansas, and I think there's definitely some things that can be exploited with LSU, and they're kind of coming into form at the right time.
Speaking of liking some things, I know people always like good smiles, and at Valley Family Dental, which is formerly Riley Farm Dental, you're going to get a good smile by coming to them. It's at the entrance of Riley Farms. It provides the dental care and procedures for you and your family, from general dentistry, braces, implants, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nuys work to give all their patients better lives with a better smile. More confident and a comfortable experience every time. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Farm Drive, Suite A, on the entrance next to Riley Farm, now offering same-day crowns. Call 226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching or $100 off an accelerated whitening at now Valley Family Dental. Coming up, we've got more to discuss here as we're live at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. I still want to jump into more of what Sam Pittman had to say this morning on Chuck and Bo's show. Also, what Andrew Armstrong had to say. And I want to jump back into a question we asked in the first hour. We're at semester, right? Let's go back to our school days. Middle school, high school, college, whatever classification you attended, you had a semester. Some of you exceeded first semester. Some of you failed first semester. I kind of had to catch up a lot of times second semester. When you look at this Arkansas football team, what grade do you give them after first semester? I gave them a B. Christian, what did you give them earlier?
I give them a B, maybe a B minus though.
Maybe a B minus. Okay,
yeah.
I'd be okay with the B minus. I'll get. Craig said I think a C if I remember that correctly, which I think is understandable. So through a semester, what kind of grade do you give Arkansas? Well, I'll ask that question more coming up. One of the great experiences about visiting some of these road games and such, you get to run into some fans. And one of the fans I ran into in Auburn, Alabama, of all places, worked at APAC Arcola and has worked there for quite some time. I was actually in Fayetteville this past weekend at our tailgate, and it was right next to the APAC Arcola tailgate. And one of my friends said, "That's Tommy." I looked over. I was like, "That's not Tommy. That's Teddy." Teddy and Tommy look alike. Teddy's been working there for a while now. I know we've had some other listeners of our program that have applied, whether it's in the Boone, Marion, Baxter County, or Northwest Arkansas. If you're a diesel mechanic or you have paving or concrete labor experience, you can apply today at jobs.crh.com. They offer top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola is an equal opportunity employer. We are through 3 holes. I think we're -3, so hopefully Team ESPN Arkansas continues on to where we're headed, hopefully to back-to-back championships. We come back for one more segment live at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club, presented by Wonderly Lights, next.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today. and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is the Morning Rush.
This is the game that they are saying national championship.
And we're floating in a sea of red.
The Wave Rural Connect Shoal Creek Zone is open. Fast fiber internet, TV, and home phone available. This covers Midway, New Blaine, Scranton, Delaware, and other areas. Even if this isn't your zone, check your address. We might be available for you. Get your whole home solution. Internet, TV, and phone from a local provider. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. And you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The best things in life never change. They just get better. Like Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with fries, a drink, and 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Choose any 2 plus fries and a drink, all only $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Summertime in Arkansas means pond and creek fishing, and nothing catches bass and bluegill in a pond like a Rebel Crick Hopper. You can twitch it, pop it, walk it, and swim it. It's the ultralight fishing lure that looks and acts like a real grasshopper. The Crick Hopper works great in tandem with light spinning rods and reels with 4 or 6 pound fishing line. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle shops everywhere. The Rebel Crick Hopper.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Farm Credit. From farms to land, livestock, equipment, and more, Farm Credit finances it all. Learn more at myaglender.com.
Good morning to the Morning Rush.
Trips right for Jalen Green. He gets the snap, looks to throw. Four-man rush. Green spins away, still looking. He's going to heave it downfield. He's got a man open. It is caught. Touchdown, Arkansas. Isaiah Satania.
Do you want to watch the Morning Rush, halftime, even Ruskin and Zach? Find our live video stream on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Twitch. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio.
All right, final segment here on the Morning Rush. Really appreciate the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club having us out here. We're at the Balboa Pavilion. If you're listening in the area and you want to come by and see us, our coverage here presented by our friends at Wonderly Lights. Brad Simon is not just a team member of ours on the ESPN Arkansas golf team, but he also is a business owner, not just of Wonderly Lights, but others as well. It has been a What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by our friends at Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Really appreciate them helping not just Northwest Arkansas and all of Arkansas with tailgating needs, but us each and every Wednesday here on the Morning Rush. So as we jump back into kind of the theme of the morning, which has been surrounding kind of Sam Pittman and what he had to say on Chuck and Bo, or what Andrew Armstrong also had to say on Paul, I just had brain fart. Paul Feinbaum. Golly. Hey, it's all about LSU, guys.
What do you have planned the rest of the bye week, especially when you get a little bit of time away?
I don't really have another plan. I'm getting ready for LSU. I'm getting ready for LSU. Watching film on LSU early. We get a whole extra week to watch film on them. So, I'll be in Fayetteville, and I'll be in my house this weekend, watching football and watching LSU versus Ole Miss.
Love
that.
Locked in.
Love that. Locked in, baby. He's locked in. That's
Already.
Andrew Armstrong, best wide receiver on your team, one of the best in the SEC, therefore making him one of the better ones in college football. Let's see. Mike in Bentonville texting in, and you can call or text us 877-377-6963. Easier said than done. The recipe to success always, but it seems like there's less teams ever doing it with the transfer portal. You don't need to bring in earth-beating talent anymore. If you mitigate the missed tackles, play physical, and you don't turn the ball over, you can win any game. Well, that guy you just heard, Mike, is a transfer portal kid out of Texas A&M Commerce. One of the best running backs in the SEC, who plays right here in Fayetteville, is a transfer portal kid. I'd argue that more teams are doing it with the transfer portal nowadays. You look across college football, that's just kind of how things are headed, at least in my opinion. I think a lot of people, a lot more coaches, a lot more people that are smarter than me would echo that same type of statement wholeheartedly. So, Christian, I don't know. Do you have anything planned this weekend? Like, what is you've got the Arkansas stuff and the basketball stuff in Pine Bluff and Hot Springs. This is your bye weekend. Mine's coming up when I'm going to Chicago and Notre Dame and Florida State. What are you doing this weekend?
Man, that's a good question. It's just, there is still football on. There's some still good games, but I don't know. I'll probably get out of the house, not being as busy, get a little bit of sun this weekend. I've been inside quite often, so.
We heard what Andrew's doing. He's watching the LSU game. I know this is going to shock everyone, but I've got a couple of wedding showers that I'm obligated to go to this weekend. So I've got two. We're doing
gotta have TV. Do they have TVs at these weddings?
Do they have TVs
for the football games,
We typically just watch them on our phone.
Phones, yeah.
If I'm being honest. So this weekend, I'm helping out with Good Samaritan Clinic for an awesome pickleball event. And then we've got 2 wedding showers, and then going to try and play golf with Tommy on Sunday, like today. We'll see if we make it for that. But luckily, I've got my wedding stuff picked out, thanks to our friend Gail Rainwater at Rainwaters. Now, please, if you stop by Rainwaters in Fort Smith, I need you to tell them that I told you to do so. Or you can ask Gail how many weddings I've been to. I think it's 40 plus now, if I remember that right. And he's helped me with almost every single one of them. Showers this weekend. Still want to look nice. Still want to get a nice shirt. Gail's helped me out with that over the last few years. So if you need something for an occasion like a wedding shower, or just a nice golf shirt, or just a good-looking shirt, then stop by Rainwaters Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental. Not only do they have the rent stuff, but you also can pick things up as well. 9700 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Again, tell Gail, his entire team that Ty sent you on the Morning Rush. Rainwaters Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, because it's fun to look good. Chris, I was hoping more of like a boisterous, all right, this is what I'm doing, this was what I'm doing, but it sounds like you haven't even ironed it out yet.
I haven't ironed it out. I don't know, man. I've got the itch to grill with a TV outside and drink a few ones and just watch football outside. I'll have my own tailgate, even if it's not on a college campus.
It's gonna be 90 at least in. Let's see what it is in Fayetteville. Let's see, on Saturday it's 87 at 3 o'clock, so it's decently hot in Northwest Arkansas and really all over our state for a middle of October weekend. I mean, typically it kind of flips. LSU, if I remember correctly, is going to be around 50 or 60 at kickoff. I think I saw someone send me that the other day. So you're kind of getting some fall weather, and LSU doesn't play as well during the cold. I think we all know that. Ole Miss doesn't either, so I hope it's freezing when Lane Kiffin and company come to town. Now, Spencer at Fort Smith says, bye weekend is a honey-do list kind of weekend, Big C.
Yeah.
Does the wife have anything lined up for you to do this weekend?
Usually free weekends, revolve around all three of us, including the dog. We gotta find something we all can do. That's because we could leave him at the apartment, but we try not to.
Okay.
We try to do things as a family.
Good old Asher. Good old Asher.
Yeah.
They got the wife, the husband, and Asher. Nothing wrong with that. Well, here what I'll give you some help on this. Why don't you bring your wife some delicious Andes so you're off the hook this weekend?
Yeah.
Does that sound like a good idea?
I could probably do that here in a few minutes.
Yeah, do that. Just when the show's done, bring her some Andes. They've got locations in Fort Smith and Conway as well. Take advantage in North Little Rock, really all over the state. If you have a wife that's been mad at you this week, or you've got some kiddos that they deserve some frozen custard, then swing by with some Andes or get it for the tailgate as weekend as well. Again, check them out, Fort Smith, Conway, and in North Little Rock, really statewide. Well, it's been a productive show here this morning at the Hot Springs Village Razorback Club. Tommy wanted me to let everyone know that our team, that I will not contribute whatsoever, is 5 under through 4. So we are well on our way to what we did last year, hopefully. Jason in Knoxville suggests we do something that one of our team members, Jeff, suggested, is we give you some updates here from Hot Springs Village on what's going on with our event as we continue. 35th. It's crazy they've had 35 straight years of this golf tournament here in Hot Springs Village. Maybe you could bet on us. I don't know if the Oaklawn Sports app has it, but if you want to bet on us to maybe win, you can find it. It's Arkansas's best sporting app. You can bet on the Olympics when they happen. Obviously, that has since come and gone. But you just got to create an Oaklawn Sports account, make a deposit, and make a bet of at least $10. And they'll give you a bonus bet of equal value up to $250. So depending on how much you put in initially, the equal or value up to $250. Whether it's debit card, credit card, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo, ACH, or on-site cash. And it's also simpler to withdraw your balance than ever before. Arkansas's best sporting app. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports, available on Apple or Google Play. All right, that's going to do it for us. Christian, I'm going to play some golf. Any predictions? Phil and Matt coming up with halftime in just a sec. Do we
break
get the
45?
second straight?
Do y'all break y'all's record from last year?
Do we break 49?
49.
I don't know if we can do 49. I'm going to say we ended like a 50 today, but I still think that we have a chance to win. Maybe you can bet on the Oaklawn Sports app. We'll have to wait and see. Appreciate everyone joining us. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, halftime coming up next.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $3 million. Why should you